Good morning. I'm here with Terry Ryan out of our Hemet office. Welcome, Terry. Welcome to coffee.
Thanks. Good to be here.
It's good to have you here, Terry. So you're running a lot of roles out there in Hemet. You got quite a few. I mean, you're president of the board of SRCAR, and then you're also handling all this problems that I have in my Hemet office going on.
We have problems?
Yeah. Well, whatever problems come our way, I guess. But it's been a pleasure. We kind of met before I actually purchased Hemet, and I got to meet you a little bit, and we went over a few things. And so you've been out there now for almost five months. What have you seen? What's the changes you've seen?
Well, I think I've seen a lot of changes. Let me just start out by saying that I've been with Century 21 as an organization for 28 years.
Right.
And I saw a lot of things with Century 21. The reason I stayed with it for so long, other than regular relationships and things, was the things that I thought that they, as an organization, as a corporation, offered.
Right.
Everything from the back ends to the training things that they have, the C21 universities, all of the advertising that they do nationally, all
right.
of that stuff. So, when Century 21, Randy Thompson and Matt Thompson, full realty services were about to come into the picture, I didn't even have a thought to start out with about whether or not to stay. I still liked Century 21. But what I have seen since, and this isn't to powder anybody's bottoms or anything like that, but what I've seen since is that full realty services is a lot more than just a DBA.
Yeah.
It has gone from Century 21 to Century 21 Full Realty Services, which actually means that we've taken everything that Century 21 Corporation offers, and we have added to that much more training, much more in-depth, almost daily. I think we train probably 4 days a week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
We have the
all live training.
All live training.
Yeah.
The lending that goes on, because we have an in-house lender, and the in-house lender, heavens, it must be made up of 8 or 10 people right now or something, with people that have their NMLS licenses.
Over in Hemet.
And in Hemet it's
right.
growing.
Right.
And that was never available to us before, which is a good thing, because we didn't know about it before. So
right.
now that we know about it, it's turning out to be a good thing. We have 2 escrow companies now.
Right.
I mean, 1 company, 2 locations.
Right.
With people helping back and forth, which adds a lot to everything.
Right.
And so between the training and the lending and the just the staff, the backup staff.
How's marketing doing for you guys?
Marketing's doing good. I think all of the, when Stephanie and Melissa and things take care of some of the Facebook stuff, and Matt and all those that are doing those regular postings and stuff. As agents, we're kind of lazy sometimes. And I don't mean we don't work hard, because we do.
Right.
But there's a gap.
Right.
And that has filled that gap.
Right.
Stephanie and Carolyn, she's
learning some new stuff.
She's learning some
new stuff.
But she's getting it done.
Right, she is.
And we're just starting to be out there more.
Right.
And the more we're out there, exposure is always part of the real estate business.
Right.
Whether it's exposure of a house, or whether it's exposure of commercial or land, or a person.
Right.
That's what brings in the business. And that's where we're at now.
Right. I feel, to me it was a great purchase. I know we came in and it's a smaller town and smaller community, and, everybody kind of knows everybody, and that's kind of different than where we're at down here in Marietta and Temecula. So we came in, so everything we kind of do is kind of like got that small town feel. Everybody knows already, which I have no problem with. I actually like a lot. I think that the agents are grasping what we're doing. I think they're buying into it. I think we have close to 40 agents going to the Mike Ferry Superstar Retreat in July. And what's crazy is we got brand new agents to seasoned agents that have been with you guys for 20 years in Hemet at Century 21 that are going to their first Mike Ferry retreat. And they're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I think we've served a really nice platter that they can eat from. And I think they like the fact that it's a smorgasbord and they get to eat whatever they want, kind of, in our business. And that's just kind of a way to put it together. Escrow out there. We're changing up escrow out there a little bit. We've got We've got 2 new people out there. We got Alex out there, who's an analytical, who's all about organization. We got Gretchen working to keep things going, and we just brought on Lisa out there, and Lisa's got 20 years experience, very much on a DOC side too. So we actually call it DFI now. DFI. It's they change that stuff all the time. DFI, and I think that's. I think we have a really good team out there now. Everything's starting to run this the way I like it to run. Training down in Marietta, we have a lot of your agents coming down from Hemet, coming down to do training, and vice versa. We've done a few taco parties. We did Cinco de Mayo Day, and we did a kickoff to the summer up in Hemet, and had some taco parties. That was kind of fun. Everybody kind of blended together. You know, golf. We're playing golf, and you talked me into sponsoring. Yeah, you did. Yeah, I'm not a huge sponsor. I'm sponsoring a lot of stuff. I just don't go to a lot of stuff.
I think the best part of that whole sponsorship for the golf thing is the fact that you guys are golfing.
Yeah, we are. We're actually going to take some time off and do that.
I think
we're going to have some fun.
That's terrific. Because it's one thing to put up the dollars.
Right.
It's another thing to be on site and on location. So.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm just going to have to struggle from recruiting. Recruiting's kind of my deal. But anyway, from that, we're doing fine. I think where do you see that? Where do you see us going out there in Hemet with our growth? I know we got some stuff happening out there. That we're opening up some more offices here in Menifee, of course. We're looking at some other stuff in some of the local areas that we're looking to open up right now. Soon to be told. Where do you see us growing out there in Hemet? I mean, I think we got a lot of new agents. What do we got? About 15 new agents.
We've got about a dozen. Yeah.
Yeah, we've hired over the last couple of months.
Spent most of the day yesterday with one.
Yeah.
And that's good. It's good. Yeah, we're growing out there. The only thing is that Hemet, and we know this certainly, I mean, we're not blind to the fact that Hemet is kind of a California cul-de-sac.
Right.
You know, it's off the freeways. It's not on any main highways. The main highway that we do have is torn up all the time.
Yeah.
Florida Avenue.
Florida Avenue.
So our growth is always a little slower. However, the thing that has come to fruition with Full Realty Services is that the agents out of Hemet now have other offices to work. And surprisingly enough, and I don't think we knew this until actually the transition took place, was how many agents were living in Hemet or San Jacinto or something, but actually working at outside offices.
Right.
And I think that
Marietta, Menifee, Canyon Lake.
They like having that. They like having that spread at least available to them.
Right.
I was having a talk with one yesterday, and she was saying that exact thing. She says, "Oh, I appreciate this. Thanks so much for helping me. We spent a few hours together and things." And she says, "Do you come down to the Marietta office?" And I says, "Yes, I do. But why do you ask?" And she says, "Well, because I'm thinking about working out of that office." I said, "Where do you live?" She says, "Well, I live up the street here in Hemet." I said, "Well, then why are you thinking about the Marietta office? It's a great office, don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's got stuff there.
Right.
But what's your mindset?" "Well, I just think I want to sell more in Marietta."
Right.
Or Temecula or something where I get a better price point, which is logic.
Well, it's a logic deal.
Yeah, but at the same time now she doesn't have to. She can be in the Hemet office. Doesn't matter where your license hangs.
Right. Doesn't matter at all.
Because now we have the availability. We're getting ready to have number 5 popping up here.
Right. Yep.
Just down in Menifee and things. That's just around the corner.
Yeah, we did a little electrical work in there this weekend.
I saw somebody in there working.
Yeah. We had
somebody's there this morning too.
Yeah, we had our electrician working. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully we don't give any more red cards.
Yeah.
But
I saw 2 police cars in the code enforcement.
That'd be normal for us. No, but you know what? It's been a pleasure out there. I mean, I love the agents out there. I mean, we got some great agents out there with Vince and Dorothy. Of course, she's one of my freaking favorites. I love her to death.
You know, the funny thing about Dorothy, if I can interrupt for just a second.
Go ahead.
It's like Dorothy's been in real estate for longer than probably all of us.
50 years,
together,
she said.
you know? Yeah. And with some of this new training stuff that's going on, since it's new, I didn't ever see her. Well, I won't say ever, but most of the time I didn't see her at our regular training before. But now I see her starting to go into some of the, not everyone, But she'll go into some of the loan classes, or she'll go into some of the. She's starting to get into some of those.
Started looking at
she's been in real estate longer than all of us.
Really?
And still, there's that little renewed enthusiasm.
Well, they're learning something new.
Learning something new.
You know, and that's something with the lending side. With our background in lending, that's something that we're very much want to train, and it's something that a lot of agents never knew. You know, when I talk about pre-qualifying a home buyer to buy, I do it different than everybody, because I do it as I'm pre-qualifying for a loan. So I look at all the numbers, the bankruptcies, their credit scores, their financial situation, how long they've been on the job. I go, and, you know, and I go through all that. Have they been on the job for 2 years consecutively in the same field? You know, where we teach that in those loan classes. So it actually helps the real estate agents that work for us to be better.
Sure. They're involved in the pre-qualification process, because part of their, you know, when you're pre-qualifying a client, period, pre-qual doesn't just apply to dollars.
Right.
It's like, what kind of house are you looking for? How many bedrooms do you need? What area would you like to live in? That's all part of the pre-qualifying. And you can add the lending side of it a little bit.
Well, and you're not wasting a trip out to take somebody out to look at a $400,000 house that they can really only afford a $200,000 house.
Yeah, I've had those.
Have you had those before? Yeah, well, I think we all have had those. No, Terry, you've been a lot of fun. We really enjoy having you working with us. We're looking forward to some. We're going to Hawaii in what is that? November. We're going to do the little Century 21 Hawaii trip for the management trip, 50 years. I'm looking forward to that too, and I'm looking forward. You know, 2021's been a great year so far. And I've been pleasantly surprised with the company and the growth that we got going on out in Hemet. I really have. I appreciate that, and you have a lot to do with that.
Thank you.
Well, I know we do. Well, you have a good day, Terry. We're gonna thank you for joining us today. Make sure you stop by and see Terry out there in Hemet East, and go from there. Thanks. Have a great day.
Bye.